chances are you found this video because you're looking for some help with building a fish pond. Well, in this video, how to build a fish pond, we go into specific details of why we're upgrading this old traditional fish pond with high maintenance issues. So grab yourself a drink and sit back and enjoy the video. Hi guys, it's Mark from anypond.com, your trusted resource in the UK for ponds and water features. And what we've got here is we've got an 8-foot by 8-foot round traditional fish pond. There's a lot of fish in this particular pond and they've been in there for a long time, about 15 years, and we've got a very small filtration system keeping the pond looking good, but it needs weekly maintenance. How crazy is that? Weekly maintenance to me is far too much. You should be cleaning your filters out every 4 to 6 weeks to allow the beneficial bacteria to colonize. Otherwise what you're doing is basically you're flushing out any feces on a regular basis. So as soon as a fish defecates, it's out of the system. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of attention. So what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade this particular pond to a 10-foot by 8-foot pond, 2 foot deep. We're still going to be 2 foot deep. We're going to put rocks and gravel all around the outside, and also we're going to put in a wetland filtration system that only really needs cleaning out once a season or once a year, depending on the size of the fish, depending on the size of the pond, depending on what you're going to keep in the pond. So what we're doing today is we're building a lovely natural fish pond. Stay tuned for the Any Pond showcase. Before we actually start digging the pond, what I'm doing is I'm plumbing in the biofalls so we can actually bury the pipe underneath the ground. So what I've got is I've got a 63mm pipe coming from the skimmer that I'm going to tee off. One's going to go to the wetland and one's going to go to the biofalls. And what I'm doing is I'm reducing it down to 50mm, so the 63 to the 50, and then basically 150 goes to the biofalls and 150 goes to the wetland. And also we're going to put on these gate valves so I can regulate the flow, how much water goes down the waterfall filter and how much water goes into the wetland filtration system. So let's crack on. now we've got a plan. We're going to basically extend the pond 2 foot that way. As you can see, the skimmer box is going to go down in there. This is what the skimmer box looks like. We're going to turn it around, so we're going to have the skimmer here, and we're going to have a waterfall at the back, so that flows down a 5-foot stream, and also these. So this is going to go into the ground, and water's going to percolate up through the gravel. We're going to put a skimmer box on that side, and we're going to extend the pond 2 foot that way. So now we've got all the groundwork done. We've gone down to 2 feet in the middle. We've extended the pond by 2 feet. We've also excavated around for the surface skimmer, and also we've got the wetland filtration system down underneath the ground, and we're going to have gravel on top of there. So we're going to have a 5-foot stream, wetland filtration, and we've got the surface skimmer. So let's get the underlay in, liner, then the overlay, and then we can start rocking. And what we're going to do today is we're going to actually stack a lot of stones around the bottom to make it look a little bit more interesting, and also we're going to build a big fish cave out of the glass tabletop that came out of the last one. Now normally I wouldn't use a glass tabletop, but the client wants a big fish cave because the fish are used to having a big fish cave. So we're going to put in a 5-foot by 3-foot piece of glass, and we're going to rock over the top of it and make it all look nice. So you won't actually see it apart from unless you're actually specifically looking for it. So carry on watching, appreciate it. As you can see, the pond's taking shape now. We've still got quite a bit of work to do, but as you can see, we've started rocking in the pond. We've got pebbles in the bottom. We've even put the fish cave in, and today it's all about the stream and building the waterfall and carrying on the creative process.
I am very impressed with my new pond that Mark has just finished. He listened to my brief and interpreted it very well. He answered all my questions honestly and understood when I was anxious and never made me feel silly. I would thoroughly recommend them.